guys, it's Jasma, and today for my 14th birthday, I'm making myself a bowl of birthday noodles. Now as you can tell from the name, these are for you to eat on your birthday, but of course you can eat long noodles all year round. This is a Chinese tradition for you to eat very long noodles that symbolizes a long life and long-lasting happiness. Now every family can have a different recipe when it comes to making this, but this is usually what my family does, so I will be sharing it with you today. So let's get started. The tradition for my family is to eat this first thing in the morning as a breakfast, so we're going to be making the soup first. Now for a good bowl of noodles, obviously you need a good bowl of soup, so we're making some fresh chicken soup using some buttered chicken. Of course, this is very flexible. You can use pork ribs or you can make beef broth as well. Here I have a buttered chicken that is already cleaned off and I've chopped it into little pieces, and we're going to blanch it, and what this does is it basically cleans off any impurities inside of the chicken such as blood or really just anything you don't want in your soup, and it also enhances the flavor. Once the water is almost boiling, we're going to place the chicken into the water. The water has come to a boil, so now take off the lid and turn off the heat. You can see all these things floating on top is all the impurities that you don't want in your soup, and this also allows you to get rid of any extra fat. Place your chicken into the pot and add the ginger and the dates, and then place some boiling water into the pot until everything is covered. Once the water has boiled, it usually takes about 5 minutes for it to reach a rolling boil, so turn the heat down to medium and let it boil for around 1.5 hours to 2 hours, but it will depend on the chicken that you have. In my noodles, I'm also going to be including a bunch of other ingredients, so that includes quail eggs. Now this involves washing and then boiling, and it does take a little bit of time to peel, so it's the perfect time to do this while the chicken soup is boiling. So first I'm going to wash this until it is nice and clean. As soon as the water starts to boil, turn the heat off and leave the quail eggs inside of the pot with the lid on for around 10 minutes. After the eggs have soaked in cold water and has cooled down completely, we can start to peel it. So these little quail eggs, I find it helpful if you kind of gently squeeze it. It helps break out the shell a lot quicker. I have all my ingredients ready. Here I have my fresh noodles. I like to make my own noodles using my noodle machine because I can control the length a lot better, especially for this type of noodles. I just keep it going and without cutting it in between. I can also control what goes into the noodles, which is nice. But of course, if you don't want to make your own, you can just use spaghetti, or you can roll out your own dough and then cut it like that. I have peeled my quail eggs, peeled my shrimp and plucked out the intestines, and washed my brown beech mushrooms. Of course, you could use whatever type of mushrooms you like. I also chopped and peeled my Chinese yam, washed my broccoli, and sliced up the green onions. My chicken soup is now ready, so we can start to boil the noodles and put everything together. I have another pot here, and I'm going to fill it up with some of the soup. I cooked my chicken soup for 1.5 hours today, so we're going to use that to cook the noodles as well. I got rid of a little bit of the fat on top since there is quite a bit, and we're not going to add any more oil to this soup today. So the chicken soup has now started to boil, so I'm just going to add the noodles straight in. Since my noodles are fresh today, they only take about 1 to 2 minutes to cook, so I'm not going to put my lid on, but the time may vary depending on what type of noodles or spaghetti you're using. This has started to boil, so I'm going to add my mushroom. Adding in my shrimp. Throw in the Chinese yam and the broccoli. The vegetables cook really quickly, so as soon as the shrimp turns red, you can turn off the heat. Make sure you do not overcook anything. Add in some salt. And I'm also going to add in a little bit of pepper. Since the chicken has a really nice flavor, you don't want to cover that by using any other types of spices or sauces such as soy sauce, so just leave it to salt and pepper and it will do the trick. So that's how you make these birthday noodles. You can see there's a lot going on in this bowl and there's plenty of nutrition. It's very delicious, although it does take a little bit of time to make, but it would be great if you could wake up in the morning on your birthday and have a bowl of noodles like this to eat. I really hope you could try these out, make it for your family and friends or whoever you know has a birthday coming up. It would be a great birthday wish and a great way to start off the birthday as well. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye!